You're born into a house where love is a rumor. Yelling is the only language anyone speaks fluently. Welcome to F tier. You are Severus Snape, and your life bar starts in the red before character creation even finishes loading. Your dad hates magic. Your mom disappears into silence. Glass breaks downstairs almost every night. You don't know which parent is losing tonight. You just know to stay quiet. No health regen here, no safe zone, just survival mode permanently on. Then there's Lily. Red hair, green eyes, the first person who ever looks at you like you're not a mistake. You two sit and watch leaves move without touching them. Actual wandless magic, and you don't even realize it yet. For one small moment, F tier doesn't feel like the bottom. It feels like the only side quest that ever mattered. But side quests don't last forever in this world, and the next zone you're about to enter is designed to tear this one apart. Hogwarts happens. You get sorted into Slytherin, Lily gets sorted into Gryffindor. One decision, two different servers, two different social maps. You didn't choose this divide. The castle chose it for you, and it will haunt every year that follows.
This is D tier. Not danger, shame. Secondhand robes, a last name nobody respects. You already know more curses than half your professors. And it doesn't matter because status isn't about skill. It's about bloodline and swagger, and you have neither. Then there's James Potter. Rich, loud, effortlessly loved by everyone in the room. He's not just a rival, he's your first true final boss. And this fight isn't going to end in one round. It's going to last 7 years. He humiliates you in front of the whole courtyard. Everyone laughs, except Lily. She steps in, she defends you. For 1 second, you think maybe you're not completely alone in this game. Then you burn that bridge yourself. One word, said in panic, in shame, in front of everyone. And just like that, the one real connection you had walks away and doesn't look back. This is the actual floor of F tier, not the bullying, not the poverty, losing the only person who ever saw you as a main character, and knowing you're the one who made her leave. Most players quit here. You don't quit, you just go cold. But going cold doesn't heal anything, it just delays the explosion, and the next power-up you're about to grab comes with a price tag you can't read yet. You dive into the Dork Arts. Not because you're evil, because it's the only skill tree you actually feel powerful. Every hex is armor around a heart that's already cracked in half. You fall in with an older crew, confident, dangerous, wearing a mark on their arm you don't fully understand. Yet.
Welcome to C tier, the grind arc. For the first time, you're good at something. It feels incredible. Right up until you realize what you just signed up for. You take the dark mark. You become a Death Eater. At the time, it feels like an upgrade. Recognition, power, belonging. But power built from the wrong source always hides a tax. And your bill is about to come due in the worst way imaginable. Word spreads. Voldemort has a target. A family. You don't know it's Lily's family. Not yet. But you're about to. You find out. You beg. You grovel. You offer everything you own to save her life. Voldemort listens just long enough to consider sparing her. If she steps aside. She doesn't. She dies protecting her son. This is rock bottom. Not childhood. Not bullying. Not heartbreak. This. Every wall you built to protect yourself from loss just led you straight into the worst loss of your life. Game over screen. No continues, no respawns. Except the story doesn't end here. It quietly restarts into something almost nobody will understand for the next 17 years. Dumbledore offers a deal. Protect Lily's son, spy on Voldemort from the inside, live a double life where one mistake means instant death, and you'll never get credit for any of it. You say yes. Not for forgiveness, not for glory, for her.
This is the moment you unlock B tier, and you're the only one who knows it happened. You go back to Hogwarts, not as a student, as the most feared professor in the building, Potions Master, head of Slytherin, the man who takes points for breathing wrong. Every 11-year-old who meets you assumes you're the villain of their story. That assumption is the entire disguise.
Underneath the cold stares and the sharp insults, you're running the most dangerous double-agent operation in the wizarding world, feeding false intel to Voldemort, shielding Harry Potter from threats he never even sees, saving his life again and again and again, without a single thank you. This is elite-tier multitasking. Most players can barely hold one identity together. You're running two, live, with zero margin for error and zero backup if either persona slips. You mock a student's potion in one breath. You quietly save that same student's life 3 scenes later. You insult Neville's confidence in front of the class, then make sure he survives an actual war behind the scenes. Nobody sees the second layer of gameplay. They only see the villain skin you're forced to wear in public. This role costs you everything socially. Students despise you, teachers doubt you. Even the ones who suspect the truth can't fully trust you, because trust is a liability the mission can't afford. You are the loneliest character in the entire story. That's not an accident. That's the price of the build you chose. Welcome to A tier, Master Spy status. And the final test of this build is about to arrive faster than you expect. You kill Dumbledore on his own orders in front of the entire school. Your reputation doesn't take damage. It gets deleted completely. You become headmaster under Voldemort's regime, the most hated man in the wizarding world, enforcing cruel rules you don't believe in, punishing students you're secretly protecting, taking hate from every single side of the war because the mission demands it. This is the loneliest A tier in the entire franchise, and it doesn't get revealed until the very last second. The final battle arrives. Voldemort decides you're a liability and kills you without hesitation. 7 years of flawless espionage discarded in an instant. Even bleeding out on a cold floor, you don't think about revenge. You don't think about fairness. You think about proof. You hand over your memories. Every hidden save file, every secret sacrifice. Harry watches all of it. Your childhood, your heartbreak, the mark, the guilt, the double life, the quiet war fought completely alone. This is the true S tier unlock. Not power, not popularity, not even survival. Legacy. You never got the girl, you never got the reputation, you never got a version of your story people understood while you were still breathing, but you got the one ending that actually matters, the one where your entire miserable, humiliating, isolating life turns out to have been building toward a single act that saves the future. One word: always. That word rewrites everything. F-tier heartbreak becomes S-tier sacrifice. The kid who lost everything becomes the reason someone else gets to keep everything. So here's the real question. If your entire life got replayed to someone at the very end, tier by tier, mistake by mistake, sacrifice by sacrifice, would it reveal a villain or the most underrated S-tier character nobody saw coming? Drop your tier ranking of Snape's life below, and tell us which morally complicated character deserves the next full breakdown.